What's going on, guys? A couple bald dudes here. I'm sitting with my buddy Ethan Wright. He's the owner of Brandish. They're a web design and marketing company, mostly virtual stuff, right here local to Rockford. I'm just going to let him introduce himself and kind of tell you a little bit about what he does.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks for having me on. So I'm Ethan. I'm the owner of Brandish, which is a digital design agency. We've been in business about 5 years, operating here locally out of Rockford, but our clientele is nationwide. We deal with clients in quite a few different states, both coasts. We specialize in kind of product marketing is our niche, I think. But we do have a range of clients. So we kind of take a client, we do some analysis, some competitive research, kind of figure out how we can improve their online presence. If it's a e-commerce type business, we might do a lot of UI, UX research, and then put forth some solutions to help grow their businesses or increase, improve customer relations. So really it's a wide range of services we provide.
And it's mostly digitally, right? You're doing...
Mostly, yeah. We do some print work as it ties into bigger marketing campaigns, but our specialty is in the digital space.
One really cool thing Ethan helped me kind of get off the ground was my blog, figuring out how to, support it and then also get it directly out to people, in addition to, YouTube and little things like that. He was integral in helping me get some of that stuff going. So it's not just for big business. It could be for, a medium-sized business. You want to speak a little bit about your past experience and maybe who you worked for?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If you can say. For
sure. So originally I started out in the furniture industry. So I've worked for a few agencies in Grand Rapids and around here. So our clientele was like some of the big furniture names, Herman Miller, Hayworth. From there, I jumped industries, I guess, and went into kind of a retail-focused model. So I worked with Meyer for a number of years. From there, I went on to Wolverine. I was the senior web designer for the Merrill brand for about 3 years, and that led to me opening up the agency. Since then, I've continued to work with some of those companies, but we've expanded the portfolio into healthcare. We're doing some companies that work with some really pretty cool cutting edge things, like some AI companies. That's really been a really cool project to work on. So that's the nutshell version. We do take on other kind of, like you were saying, smaller clients or specialty projects that are maybe have a different focus other than increasing profit conversion, more even pro bono stuff that just is, it's a great cause or worthwhile to help people out. So yeah, really I don't like to just take on clients based on their, what would you call it, their the size of the company. Like, we're really looking to take on work that we find challenging, rewarding, and can make a difference.
Cool. Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do?
When I'm not designing, I do like to play basketball, which my skills are rapidly deteriorating. So, but I also like to do a lot of artwork. I paint and draw. Have a growing audience on Instagram. I found that to be a pretty receptive place for my art. So, I'm also married. I have 3 daughters, and that takes up any other free time that's left over.
Yeah, Ethan is a super talented artist and actually was recently in Paris and other parts of France, right, to demonstrate their artwork.
Trip of a lifetime. I was invited to show with a group of other, they call us contemporary figurative artists. So whatever that means, that's who I hang out with. Yeah.
Cool. Well, if you have questions, get a hold of me, get a hold of Ethan, and thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody.